Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're going to talk about benefits and challenges of learning Arabic, inshallah. For a Muslim, there are many benefits of learning the Arabic language, and we will focus on three of them. The first one is the quality of the daily prayers, salawat al-khams, the five daily prayers. And the concentration of the prayer will significantly increase if one understands what they're reciting. And this is a problem that most of us suffer from, and that is the concentration of our minds in the prayer. And if we understand what we're reciting and we can comprehend the message of the Quran and the dua that we make in the salah, then the quality of our salah will significantly increase. Just imagine you're standing in Taraweeh in Ramadan and your focus, if you understand what the Imam is reciting, how it will be. So definitely the quality of the prayers will increase tremendously. The second is the concentration in the dua, the supplications that we make. Uh, the meaning of the dua, we may read the translation, but the translation actually does not capture the entire essence of the dua that we make. So understanding the Arabic language when you're making the dua and understanding it in the first language, in its original language, will definitely increase the concentration in the dua, and your emotions will improve in the dua, and so forth. The third is the understanding of the Quran. The Quran is the miracle that is left behind by our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The miracles of the other prophets, for example, the stick of Musa alayhi salam, or the curing of the ill by Isa alayhi salam, those miracles were experienced by people who were alive at that time. But the Quran is a living miracle. If you understand the language, then you will connect with this miracle of the Quran in the original language, and much of the miracle is in the language itself. So when the Quran came down to the first recipients, the Quraysh, it was their language, and they knew from the language that it was not possible from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to have come up with this Quran by himself. So they knew from the message that this was from Allah. And if you understand the language, if you study the language, you're going to connect with the Quran at a different level. It will increase your concentration and your understanding of the message of the Quran tremendously. So these are the primary benefits of learning the Arabic language. And there are secondary benefits as well. If you travel to the Arab lands or you live there, definitely the language will help you. But for any Muslim anywhere, these three, the salah, the dua, and the tilawah of the Quran and the recitation of the Quran, will definitely make a difference if you understand the language. Now, having said that, the challenges that one faces to start learning the Arabic language or continue the journey of learning Arabic language are many, but we are going to focus on three. The first one is the resources, the cost of enrolling in a program, and the time to continue the program. The cost, there are many free programs, and the one that we are going to start, inshallah, is going to be free. And the time it will take depends on the student. So the student could spend as little as 30 minutes a week to as much as whatever the student wants. But a good balance to continue at a good pace would be about 2 hours a week. So if someone can find 2 hours a week, and if you're unable to find 2 hours a week, let's say two times, 1 hour during the weekdays, sometime during the weekdays, and 1 hour during the weekends, if you're unable to find that, then you probably need to look at your daily and weekly schedule to see what is happening to your time. Why do you not find even a couple of hours during a week? A week is 168 hours. So if you're unable to find a couple of hours, then I think we need to revisit our schedules to see if we can find that time. And I think, inshallah, we can if we can manage our time properly, or even cut back on certain activities which do not add much value. So the time and the cost issue is there, and we can handle it, inshallah. Number two is the difficulty of learning the Arabic language. And the program that we're going to start, inshallah, the Medina Arabic, we're going to take every single concept slowly and gradually, and we move on to the next concept uh, after we have mastered and we have done enough practice. So we are going to move very gradually, and the difficulty is not going to be there, inshallah, if the student spends the right amount of time before going to the subsequent lesson. And the student can go on his or her own pace, because the lectures are going to be available online, and the student does not have to attend any live real-time classes. And then there will be opportunities to ask questions and answers, as they progress. The third issue, when people start, is the consistency. So, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Khairul a'mal adwamuha walau qalla." The best actions, deeds, are those that are regular, even though they're small. So if the student can stick to a minimum, let's say 1 hour a week minimum, that the student will not compromise that 1 hour. And the 2 hour, as I said, is best if the student can spend 2 hours, but at least the student will be consistent and emphasize to him or herself that, this is something that I want, and this is something that I am not going to negotiate. No matter what, I will give this time, inshallah. And with the help of Allah, asking the help of Allah, with the help of Allah, inshallah, it is possible for every Muslim, inshallah, to take this journey, inshallah. With that, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq, every single one of us, to understand the language of the Quran. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.